Amid the pandemic, live performance venues are still in the dark in New York City. Today, a senator and a TV sitcom superstar put the spotlight on a federal bill that could help. CBS 2's Lisa Rozner reports.
Hello, my name is Janine Garofalo.
Janine Garofalo and Tracy Morgan are some of the famous faces who graced the stage of The Stand, New York, before COVID shut it and other independent venues down. 6 months later,
we're probably a couple weeks from going out of business completely.
The Stand co-owner Paul Italia says not seeing the weekly 1,000 customers has decimated his business. A few of his 50 employees are working thanks to a PPP loan as he's able to serve food.
For some reason or another, the state has decided that comedy itself is somehow very dangerous or is somewhat more of a spreader of the virus than, sitting at a restaurant eating inside.
Posters outside Gotham Comedy Club still advertise shows from back in March. All 65 employees there are out of work. Jerry Seinfeld, who wrote a recent column, New York is Not Dead, stood on the stage inside where he got his start, pushing for a federal bill that would help keep comedy alive.
But when you come into Manhattan as a performer and you stand in front of New York audiences, you find out if you're good enough to actually have a career in the arts.
He joined Senator Chuck Schumer to rally support for the Save Our Stages Act. $10 billion in federal relief money would go to businesses that produce live events. Grants of up to $12 million would be eligible through the Small Business Administration to help cover the last 6 months of operating expenses.
But there are many smaller clubs that do music, that do art, that do comedy, that do plays. Hundreds of thousands of people either work at these clubs or are artists who get their income from these clubs.
And Schumer cited a study that says that 90% of independent venues will close without federal funding.
When you think about New York, comedy, jazz, live music, we're on the brink of extinction, and I do not believe people understand that.
He says the state and city have not provided a plan or timeline for reopening, which makes it even harder to reason with landlords. In Union Square, Lisa Rozner, CBS 2 News.